All right, everybody, welcome back. You want the quick rundown on how AI is changing things up in HVAC?
Absolutely. It's a pretty exciting time to be in this field right now.
Well, let's dive right in. We've got some great material you sent us, and looks like we have just enough time for a deep dive.
That's right.
Perfect. Now, I got to say, I'm not an expert when it comes to the tech side of things.
Yeah.
So one thing that really stood out to me in the stuff you sent over was data-driven edge.
Right.
Can you kind of break that down a little bit? Like, what does that mean for like a typical HVAC tech out there, working on a job?
Yeah. So basically, you've got all this data coming from an HVAC system. We're talking about sensor readings, we're talking about temperature logs, pressure logs, all this stuff.
Right.
And traditionally, that data is kind of siloed. It's in different places. You've got it on the thermostat, you've got it on the unit itself.
Hmm.
But with AI, what we can do is take all that data, aggregate it, and then use it to really help technicians make better decisions and diagnose problems faster.
Okay, so it's like instead of just kind of eyeballing it, like, all right, it seems like the pressure is a little low or it's a little hot in here. Let me check this one thing.
Exactly.
You've got this data that's telling you exactly what's going on.
Right. And not only telling you exactly what's going on right now, but it can also help predict potential problems down the line.
Oh, wow. Okay, so give me an example of that, like a real world situation where this would come into play.
Sure. So imagine you've got a system and it's been acting up intermittently. Maybe the refrigerant pressure has been a little off, but then it seems to correct itself.
Right.
A human technician might spend hours trying to track that down, trying to figure out what's going on. But an AI system can analyze all that data, all those subtle fluctuations, and identify a tiny leak in the refrigerant line that a human might miss.
Okay.
And because it can see those patterns over time, it can actually predict that leak getting worse before it becomes a major problem.
So it's like having a superpowered assistant looking over your shoulder and telling you, hey, pay attention to this. This could be an issue.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay, that's pretty impressive. Now, the material you sent also mentioned AI can boost efficiency.
Right.
What's the story there? How does that work?
So it's not just about fixing problems. It's about optimizing the entire system for peak performance. Think of it like a super smart thermostat that's constantly learning and adjusting.
Yeah.
So let's say it's the middle of the day and nobody's in the building because everybody's out to lunch.
Right.
An AI system can detect that based on occupancy sensors and automatically scale back the HVAC system, saving energy and money.
No.
Then, as people start coming back in, it ramps things back up so the building is always comfortable without wasting energy.
So it's like having an invisible energy manager working 24/7.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow. That's incredible. Okay, this is what really blew my mind. The idea that AI can predict failures before they even happen.
Right.
How is that even possible? Is it like magic or something?
Well, it's not magic, but it can feel that way. Remember all that data we talked about earlier? The AI is constantly analyzing that data,
Right.
looking for subtle patterns and anomalies that might indicate a problem is brewing.
Okay.
It's kind of like noticing a slight vibration in your car engine.
Right.
It might not be a big deal right now, but it could be a sign of something worse down the road.
Yeah.
AI can do the same thing for HVAC systems, alerting technicians so they can address a small issue before it becomes a major breakdown.
So it's taking preventative maintenance to a whole new level.
Absolutely.
Instead of reacting to emergencies, technicians can proactively keep systems running smoothly.
Exactly.
It's a huge shift.
It is.
It's amazing to think about how AI is impacting so many different industries,
Yeah.
and HVAC is no exception.
It really is transforming the way we think about building management and energy efficiency.
So to wrap things up for our listeners today, what's the key takeaway here?
I think the biggest takeaway is that AI is empowering HVAC technicians with information and foresight, making them even better at what they do.
Right. And it's not just about making things easier for technicians. It's also about saving energy, saving money, and ensuring that buildings are comfortable and safe for everyone.
Exactly.
Okay, so I always like to leave our listeners with a little something to think about. And I think it's this. If AI can do all this for HVAC, what other fields are ripe for this kind of data-driven revolution? What about your own work?
It's a great question. What could be possible if you had that same level of insight and prediction in your own field?
Definitely something to ponder. Thanks for taking us on this deep dive. It's been a real eye-opener.
My pleasure.
We'll see you all next time.
See ya. Bye. Bye.
Bye.